When people search for what heaven is really like in the Bible, they usually expect one answer: clouds, angels, eternal peace. But if you read the oldest biblical texts and ancient scriptures, heaven is described very differently. In ancient religious texts, heaven wasn't just a spiritual reward. It was a layered realm filled with multiple heavens, hierarchies of beings, and strict rules of access. This version of heaven appears in early Christianity, ancient Hebrew writings, and other ancient belief systems long before modern theology. So why does heaven in the Bible look so different today than it did in the ancient world? To understand what heaven was originally meant to be, we have to look at how ancient civilizations understood the structure of reality itself. And why were these detailed descriptions slowly replaced with something far simpler? In the ancient world, heaven wasn't defined by emotion. It wasn't described as happiness, joy, or eternal rest. Instead, it was described like architecture. Multiple levels, defined regions, hierarchies of beings. Ancient writers spoke of upper heavens, lower heavens, and realms in between, not metaphorically, physically. Heaven was imagined as a cosmic system, stacked above the earth like layers of reality itself. Some levels were bright, others were shadowed. Some were inaccessible to humans entirely. This wasn't theology meant to comfort the masses. It was cosmology, an attempt to explain how reality was organized. Many ancient traditions didn't believe in one heaven. They believed in many. Ancient Hebrew texts speak of multiple heavens, each serving a different function. Some were associated with stars and celestial bodies.
This layer of the sky maps to the divine order. Behold, the celestial tiers are revealed.
Others with divine councils. Others with judgment, record-keeping, or divine authority. In some traditions, the highest heaven wasn't where humans went at all. It was where cosmic administration occurred. Heaven wasn't paradise, it was governance, a place where reality itself was managed. And that raises a strange question. If heaven was once described as a system, what exactly was it governing? Modern depictions often show heaven as wide open and empty. Ancient texts describe the opposite. Heaven was crowded, filled with beings that were not human, not angelic in the modern sense, and not always friendly. These beings had roles: messengers, watchers, scribes, guardians, enforcers. Some recorded human actions line by line, as if reality itself were being audited. Some oversaw entire nations, guiding or restraining them from above. Some controlled natural forces, storms, famine, fertility, war. Heaven functioned like a bureaucracy of the cosmos, layers upon layers of authority, hallways of power, rooms where decisions were made long before humans felt their effects. Order mattered, rank mattered, access mattered. And humans? Humans were not guaranteed entry. In many traditions, they were outsiders, petitioners at the gates, waiting to be judged, recorded, approved, or denied. Here's where things get uncomfortable. In many ancient accounts, heaven is not welcoming. It isn't open. It isn't warm. It isn't freely accessible. It's guarded. Ancient texts describe gates, boundaries, and thresholds, points beyond which only certain beings may pass. Movement is controlled. Access is conditional. Nothing enters without permission. Certain beings are forbidden from entering certain levels. Some are denied passage. Some are cast out. Some are imprisoned. These are not metaphors for morality. They are descriptions of jurisdiction. And humans who enter heaven do not do so freely. They are taken, escorted, guided step by step, often under strict instruction, often under warning. In many accounts, the human is not the focus of the experience, but the liability. Ancient texts are full of phrases like, "Do not reveal this. These things are not for mankind. You are not permitted to remain." Sometimes the warning is explicit. Sometimes it's implied through fear, disorientation, or silence. The message is always the same. You are not meant to be here. That doesn't sound like paradise. It sounds like restricted access. It sounds like a place with rules, consequences, and internal threats. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If heaven is perfect, why does it need security at all? But this connection was a two-way street. If the heavens govern the earth, then who, or what, governed the heavens? This was the true purpose of the celestial bureaucracy. Every flash of lightning was a signed decree. Every season's turn was a filed report. The rise and fall of empires was a line item in a cosmic ledger, approved by unseen authorities in the layered dark above. The security, the gates, the watchers, they weren't guarding a paradise of souls. They were maintaining the operational integrity of reality itself. Humans weren't being kept out of a reward. They were being kept away from the controls. To look at the night sky was to stare into the dashboard of creation, lit by distant, administrative lights. And the most terrifying ancient truth was this: the system was running, whether you understood it or not. So what happened? Why don't we hear about layered heavens anymore? Why don't we talk about cosmic administration, divine hierarchies, or restricted realms? Because over time, complexity became a problem.
Who goes up?
The good,
Who goes down?
the bad.
Observe the path of prosperity and the path of ruin. The choice is clear.
As religion spread beyond small cultures and oral traditions, belief systems had to travel.
The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it.
They had to cross languages, borders, empires, and with scale came simplification. Teachings needed to be easier to explain, easier to remember, easier to repeat, easier to control.
Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
A structured heaven raised questions, too many questions. Who decides access? Who enforces the rules? Who watches the watchers? And once those questions were asked, authority itself could be questioned. So heaven slowly changed.
My brothers and sisters, the path is narrow, but it is true.
Why is heaven so complicated?
Brothers and sisters, open your hearts to the truth.
You can't see that they are trying to control us.
It became moral instead of cosmic, personal instead of structural, emotional instead of administrative. Good people go up, bad people go down. Simple, clean, effective, easy to teach, easy to enforce. But something was lost in the process. The ancient view of heaven wasn't just about reward or punishment. It was about order, about systems, about humanity's place inside a much larger reality. When that complexity disappeared, so did the discomfort it created. And quietly, without debate or announcement, the ancient understanding of heaven as part of reality
Where does
itself
obedience lead?
faded into
Where does
myth.
rebellion lead?
Ancient people didn't imagine heaven to escape earth. They imagined it to understand earth. Heaven wasn't somewhere you went after life ended. It was something you looked to in order to explain life while it was happening. Heaven explained why time moved in cycles instead of straight lines, why seasons returned but empires did not, why rulers rose suddenly and fell just as mysteriously, why the sky itself felt active, intentional, alive. It explained why human life felt guided by forces no one could see, yet everyone could feel. Heaven was not a destination, It was a framework, a structure layered above the world, mirroring the structures below it. What happened in the heavens echoed on earth. What broke above eventually broke below. It was a map of how existence worked, not morally, but mechanically. And when that map disappeared, we didn't lose belief. We lost orientation. We were left with symbols without systems, stories without structure, comfort without comprehension. Heaven remained, but its instructions were gone. What we've explored here isn't speculation. It's how ancient religious texts and early biblical writings described heaven long before modern theology simplified it. In these sources, heaven in the Bible wasn't symbolic or abstract. It was layered, structured, and deeply connected to how ancient civilizations understood reality. This idea of multiple heavens, cosmic order, and restricted access appears again and again across the ancient world, from early Christianity to ancient Hebrew traditions and beyond. And once you start seeing heaven this way, it changes how you understand the afterlife, the soul, and even the role of the cosmos itself. In the next episode, we'll explore how the ancient world saw death not as an ending, but as a dangerous journey through these very realms. If you're interested in ancient cosmology, hidden history, and what early civilizations really believed about the universe, this series is just getting started. If this video changed how you think about heaven, take a moment to like the video. It helps this series reach more people. Subscribe if you want more explorations into ancient cosmology, hidden history, and what early civilizations really believed about reality. And if you know someone who's interested in the Bible, ancient religions, or the mysteries of the ancient world, share this video with them.